Tottenham can make a game-changing deal by signing world-class's attacker before deadline day. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Before we dive into this transfer update, be sure to press that subscribe button and keep up with all the latest news. Tottenham were in talks to sign Juventus attacker Federico Chiesa earlier in the summer transfer window. For whatever reason, that deal has since gone quiet, but with the Italy international still available, Spurs should make a move to bring him in. Juventus manager Thiago Motta has excluded him from the first team, and he's thought to be available for just £13 million due to his contract situation. Chiesa has just 1 year left on his deal, so the Italian giants are willing to sanction his sale for a cut-price fee. Having signed a number of talented teenagers, Tottenham could certainly do with his experience at the highest level. Chiesa is attracting interest from Liverpool and Arsenal, so it won't be a straightforward deal to do for Tottenham. Barcelona were thought to be on the verge of signing him earlier this week, but that deal has gone cold. Chiesa, who's been labelled world-classes per Sky Sports, is understood to be keen on a move to the Premier League, so Spurs aren't expected to have any issues in convincing him to join. A telling few days lie ahead. Spurs' eye-bargain deal for Jonathan David. The club has already secured their marquee forward in Dominic Solanke, who moves to White Hart Lane in a £65 million deal. However, Ange Postecoglou's side remains interested in securing a bargain deal for Canadian international Jonathan David, who has been linked with a move to Spurs for some time. The Lille star enters the final 11 months of his contract with the French club, and they are looking to sell him this summer for a fee of around £25 million, which is a bargain deal in the current market, considering the potential that the player possesses. Thierry Henry is a huge fan of the player, providing him with a glowing endorsement. Former Spurs defender Alan Hutton insists that the club will still try to pursue Jonathan David's signature this summer. While he wasn't particularly keen on the player's performance in the Europa League against Aston Villa, he does acknowledge that David would be a sufficient backup to Solanke going into the season, and he has the capacity to also feature alongside the former Bournemouth ace. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Tottenham News, Hutton said, "Possibly both. I saw him play a couple of times against Aston Villa, and there was a lot of hype around him. I think the game at Villa Park, I don't know if it was the atmosphere or the hype around the game, but he didn't quite hit the heights that he had shown in his league campaign. But there's definitely ability there. He's got pace, he loves running in behind, he's physically well built so he could deal with the Premier League. I think it's something that if they could get a cut price, then they might look at it, and he looks quite versatile, which Ange might like as well. It will be interesting. I think there's definitely potential there for him. The recruitment of Solanke will go a massive way in assuring the striking position at N17, and any arrival in the number 9 role will now be an icing on the cake. While the fees are a bargain, there is also a risk about whether he will settle into life in England and about the fact that Richarlison is still donning the Spurs badge despite links away from the club. Do you think the North Londoners should pursue the Canadian international's signatures this summer? Manuel Locatelli update shared as Tottenham ready to launch £20 million transfer bid. Juventus midfielder Manuel Locatelli is an ideal signing for Tottenham in terms of his injury record, according to Dr Rajpal Brar. The injury expert claims that the 26-year-old's fitness over last season is a good indicator of him adapting to the rigours of the Premier League. This comes after Tutto Sport reported on the 11th of August that the Lilywhites are prepared to launch a £20 million offer to sign the Italy international. Discussing the state of play with Locatelli exclusively with Tottenham News, Dr Brar, a doctor in physical therapy and a sports scientist, said, "Spurs will be doing due diligence on him in terms of physical fitness, which includes a battery of physical tests. During medicals, the clubs are looking for outliers which may not crop up as an injury. His fitness record is impressive, and that bodes well for Spurs or any other club looking to sign him this summer. The 26-year-old's ability to operate as a deep-lying playmaker or a box-to-box midfielder provides tactical flexibility, allowing Spurs to adapt to various game scenarios. His vision, passing range and composure on the ball could significantly enhance Tottenham's build-up play from the back, aligning well with the style Postecoglou embodies, and could be a good partner in midfield to Yves Bissouma. Moreover, his experience in high-pressure environments, including international tournaments, suggests he could handle the expectations at a club like Tottenham and help them in their quest to finish in the top 4 and potentially win a domestic or European trophy. What Tottenham are planning to do with Christian Romero this season after Real Madrid links? There may well be some concerns over the future of the exceptional Romero, with Real Madrid beginning to show their interest. But Sky Sports journalist Michael Bridge now thinks there will be plans in place to secure the Argentine down in North London over the coming months. Speaking on the last word on Spurs, Bridge hailed Romero's display on Saturday as he got on the scoresheet on what was his 100th Spurs appearance. "It wouldn't surprise me Spurs during the season are going to sit down and speak to Christian Romero. He's an immense defender," said Bridge. "I don't think in terms of cards, he's not as erratic where he used to be before Postecoglou. I would like to see him be more of a leader sometimes." Romero, who knows he's an immense defender, he's bound to get some interest as the months drag on. Having a centre-back pairing of Mickey van der Ven and Romero is something which teams across Europe will be seriously envious of. And it does seem as if the likes of Madrid would like to break up that partnership by bringing in Romero over the coming transfer windows. Naturally, Spurs will want to keep a hold of Romero, or at the very least protect their asset who currently has 3 years left on his deal. The Argentine will now be wanting to win club trophies, and it is now beginning to feel like Tottenham will need to get their hands on silverware if they want to see Romero stick about. Ajax show interest in signing Tottenham player late in the window. Manus Solomon is still a Tottenham player for now, but there are now a number of clubs in pursuit of the winger as a loan move away from North London appears to be the solution this summer. It was thought last week that Solomon would be joining Leeds United on loan for the season, with Spurs insider Paul O'Keefe even claiming a medical test had been concluded. However, reporter Shay Legassi revealed on Monday that the switch could be in jeopardy after a disagreement over payment terms threatened to derail the move. Now, a report from Football London suggests there could be other options for Solomon. Apparently, Dutch giants Ajax have now emerged as a potential suitor for the 25-year-old in recent days and are waiting to see what happens with the Leeds deal before looking at striking for Solomon. The report adds that Marseille were also interested previously. Now, it will all come down to whether the long drawn-out move to Leeds falls through or not. Having signed on a free transfer from Shakhtar Donetsk last summer, Solomon had a bright start to his Spurs career, registering 2 assists in his first 5 games. A meniscus injury ended Solomon's season in early October though, and he has not played a competitive game for the Lily-Whites since. With the arrival of Wilson Odobert, the loan extension of Timo Werner and the emergence of Mikey Moore, it is assumed Solomon has slipped down the pecking order at Spurs now. Whatever happens, whether it be Leeds or Ajax, we have to make sure this deal gets done. It may only be a loan, but we simply do not need Solomon taking up space in this squad at all. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications on our latest content. Don't forget to like this video and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow our Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!